Computer. Fire away, Jason.
Right, okay. So the reason that we've got this call together tonight, guys, and you know, it's very rare that I say it's super important to be on a call, but it was super important to be on this call because it's just been officially announced that the double cycle is continuing. Okay, so we know we've got till the 12th, it's official. So what you guys needed to be doing is being on this Zoom to hear what I've got to say firsthand. You guys you've got something to prove, and we're here to help you prove it. But what we need to do is we need to get you launched. We need to know that you're as committed to making this work as we're committed to helping you make it work. So what I want to do is I want to tell you about the way we launch people, the way we have our launch strategy. I'm doing a lot of launch calls out in South Africa at the moment, building into the event in Johannesburg on the 23rd, and we've already broken team builders and team developers already from starting these launch calls on Thursday. So what's a launch call? Now, I was talking this through with Maggie yesterday. In fact, was it yesterday or was it this morning?
I think it was
Might have been this morning. It's just back to back. It's kind of become apparent that maybe this is one thing that Maggie, in her magnificent attention to detail, has maybe not picked up on. What we do is, when somebody's joining the business, someone like you guys, and I'm going to talk to you as if you're all business builders who are going to be diamonds by the end of this cycle. So you're guys who are coming in and you're ready to build. You've got a contact list. You might even have your first 3, 4, 5, 6 people ready to sign up and go. So here's what we do. We run a launch call for you. Now that launch call is normally within 24 to 48 hours of you joining. And then we run a second launch call for you, which could be 3 days away. Now, what the intention is, you get 5, 10, 15, 20 people on that first launch call. So they're the people that you know you've got influence with, that you know will listen to you, that you've sent the 2-minute video, you've sent the 7-minute video, and they're interested. They want to know what it's about. They're the people that you then get on a launch call. And it's all about posture. So you tell them it's an invite-only launch call. It's not open to the public. It's only for the people that you're inviting. And then what we do is, either me or one of the other presidents or other leaders in UCAN too, we basically run that call for you. You're the only person on there. You welcome whoever the leader is that's doing the launch for you. We edify you and thank you in return and welcome your guests. We don't talk about people being late or can we just wait a couple of minutes for XYZ to turn up, because that's not fair on the people that are already on the call, and the people that are already on the call have no idea at all about how many people you've invited. Okay? Then I spend 15, 20 minutes tops, and it's a 20, 30,000 foot overview with 5 key questions. And it's all geared towards them making a decision and letting you know yes or no. The 5 questions are basically around, do you know what Fitbit is? Yes or no? And all the questions are pretty much yes or no. Then I give them a bit of history about Fitbit, where they started, where they are, what they're worth. Then I ask people if they had the opportunity to go back in time, would they invest in Fitbit if they could earn on every product sold? Then I go into the whole vision of world, where we are, where we're going, what we've sold already in excess to what we already anticipated for the year. And then I ask people if they had an opportunity to get involved in that model, would they? And then it's about question 4, go on a little bit more detail around you're involved, and this is your invite-only call. A little bit more edification as the call progresses about your leadership ability and recognizing in your guests that you've seen their business acumen, that you've seen their ability and vision and entrepreneurship. That's why you invited them on the call. And then I asked them, if you were able to give one of your leadership positions, if you were make one available to those on the call, would they want to lock that position in? And if the answer is still yes, then I just run through a few things around the bundles available, which ones are the most common that people get involved in, and we focus on the family bundle and premium bundle because that's what most people buy in on. And then I basically give a little bit about the community and the fact that it's not just about joining an opportunity, and it's not just about the product, it's about who you're locking arms with, the system that's available, the support that's available. Do the leadership know what they're talking about? Can you trust them? And will they help you? And I cover all of that off towards the tail of the call. And then I basically finish off with thanking you again, whoever it is that we're launching. And we end the call. It's a 15, 20-minute call. And what that will do, if you've got 10 people on, 15 people on, that's going to get a response out of all of them, yes or no, one way or the other. And maybe you'll get 5 that say yes, because you know what, you've already done the numbers to get people on the call. So maybe half of those convert and they're in your team. Then the next launch call we do for you, say 3 days down the line, is a launch call for you and your team. So you've then got 6 of you bringing more people to that second launch call. And say everybody gets 2 people out of that next launch call. Just 2. That's you, 6 people, times 2. There's 14 plus the 7 there. There's 21 people in your team already from 2 launch calls in 3 days. And this is what we're doing, and this is how we're building teams and countries, and that's the strategy that the top earners have been doing to get rank quickly. And what we do is we create these launch calls. We have, I mean, at the moment, we're probably doing maybe 5, 10 launch calls a day for different people around the world in different time zones. And this is something that we should have been doing for you guys a few days ago. But you guys have all had a fair bit of shit to deal with. Understand that and appreciate that. What I want you to know is you've got to kind of decide in your own mind, are you going to push for this? Do you want Diamond at the end of this week? Because if you do, and I'm fairly certain that you all do, otherwise you wouldn't be involved with Maggie and Fiona anyway, right? You need to know a little bit about how the numbers work. So we talk about text splits on doing a Diamond run. Text splits, it doesn't have to be just text on your phone. It can be the same message through your social media PMs. It could be on LinkedIn. It could be Instagram PMs. It could be anything. But the text and the principles stay the same. But the numbers, this is where it's really key. And they're going to sound frightening. They shouldn't do to you guys because you're all seasoned networkers. So this shouldn't sound frightening, but they often do. We know that we need 18 family bundles left, 18 family bundles right, boom, you're Diamond. There's always a little bit of ancillary in there to get to the extra 500 or so that you need. So 36 people in your business between now and a week tomorrow. So it's easy, right? Say it's a 1 in 10 conversion. Okay, that's all. You know, most people are doing 1 in 10. So that would be 360 people that you'd need to get through the 2-minute, the 7-minute. But most people only do about half of what they say they're going to do. So aim for 720. But here's the thing, that's not 720 people for you. That's 720 people for your team. So again, I'm kind of pitching this as if everybody on this call wants to be a Diamond. So my assumption has to be right now that you've probably already got the people lined up to put in the process right now to go team builder. And maybe team developer by tomorrow or the next day. So let's just say you're team builder by tonight. There's now 720 calls to make between 3 of you. So 240 each. Now imagine by tomorrow that all of you have got 2 people. So that doubles up and halves the number of calls that each has got to make. So before you know it, by tomorrow, you might only have 100 people to contact each. So the number goes from really quite big and frightening to how the bloody hell am I going to talk to that many people in 5-6 days to, oh, hang on a minute, well, that's actually only really 20 or so people a day if you average it out. And I'm pretty certain that all of you on here know how a 7-day cycle works and have certainly got the ability to speak to more than 20 people in a day if you're going on a run to get Diamond, right? So you've got to, it's about making that commitment 7 days. That's all we've got now. 7 days, 8 days before the cycle closes. But it is more than enough time for people of your capability with your networks of influence to smash through Diamond. Smash through it. I'd be amazed if some of you didn't go through and hit double Diamond or maybe grand Diamond. Easily done. But you've got to start now. So what I said to Maggie was, let's actually get some launch calls scheduled. And what we're going to do on Wednesday, so I'm going to be really nice, I'm going to give you 36 hours before your first launch calls. So on Wednesday, I'm going to work with Maggie and we're going to schedule, what do we say, Mag? 6, 7 slots on Wednesday? 6? We'll go with 6. So we'll schedule 6 slots and I'll make sure maybe Pete Webb as a double president is available to cover these launch calls. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to give the preferential slots for those calls in the order that people hit Team Builder tonight or tomorrow morning. So that's why it's really important for you to be on these calls when we ask you to be. It's not often that I'll say you really need to be on this call. But now you've got Fiona and Sharon. They're the guys that are going to go Team Builder first because they've got the information first. Bam, they're going to get the best slots. Yep. But here's the thing, guys. Nobody's going to miss out. Everybody will get launch calls. You just won't get to perhaps choose when your launch call is. So what's really important, get the 7-minute video out to people like now, like by the thousands if you have to. Build to a launch call on Wednesday. They will be on Wednesday. Don't have a time yet for you because you're not Team Builder yet. When you're Team Builder, we'll sort your time and then you've got something definitive. But if the launch calls aren't scheduled, you've got nothing to build to. You've got no pressure to put on yourself. And diamonds aren't created without a little bit of pressure, right? So it's all about going all in, getting those videos out, building to the launch call, and building to the second launch call, and we'll just hammer through it together. Yeah. We can do 3 ways if needs be. If you've got a big leader who perhaps doesn't want to come to a launch call or wants an audience on a one-to-one with a leader of world, we can make that happen too. Okay? So there is no situation that we can't resolve around getting information to people, getting people in front of the right people at the right level to talk to them and answer their questions. You don't need to know everything about this opportunity. You need to be able to do 2 things. Send out an invite to watch a video and send out an invite to a Zoom call. If you can do that, you're set. And then all you need to do is bring the excitement and the enthusiasm of why you decided to get involved in the first place, and we'll do the heavy lifting for you. And then as you get a better understanding, you can start doing launch calls for the people that you're bringing in 2, 3, 4 layers down. But what we do is we create this momentum now, and then we keep it rolling. So we'll do your launch calls. We'll do your people's launch calls. And if we have to, we'll do your people's launch calls to keep that momentum happening for each and every one of you. So Maggie, that's what I really wanted to cover around launch calls and around the numbers. They're not scary numbers, guys. It's a team effort. None of us do it alone. We all work at it together. Is there anything else you want me to talk about, Mags?
No, Jason, I just really want to thank you both for the support that you are putting into this. And I think it's really key that we understand that you are there, you do have our back. And I mean, we've been here and done this. This is something, we're not new network marketers. We know what it takes. It does take coming out of our comfort zone. It does take those massive numbers. But you know what? See, in a week's time, we're going to be so thankful that we've done the heavy lifting now.
Absolutely.
Because it then creates our momentum moving forward. And for us, and we all know that we have got a point to prove. We have to prove that this works for the masses going forward. Because everybody's watching us, guys. everybody's watching us that's found out what we're up to, and all eyes are upon us. I really do not want to disappoint them.
No, I dearly want to help you get that message across loud and clear.
Oh, I'll get it across loud and clear, trust me, by any means possible. However, I need everybody to be all in on this for your sake as well as mine, and as well as Jason and Emma's, okay? So just to clarify, Jason and Emma and all of the other leaders of the UCAN2 community, and Peter Webb and probably Chad and Atida if we need them, will be available for us on Wednesday. There are 6 30-minute slots available for 6 people in this team, okay? And that actually includes anybody that comes on board tomorrow as well as you guys. So there is some competition around it.
Absolutely.
It also includes me. I need to take one of these slots. Okay.
Well, you best put your finger out then.
Exactly. I need to take the slots as well. So I'm doing this along with you, alongside yours. And we need to create a bit of a team culture, and let's get those slots, because behind that, if we then get one of those slots on Wednesday, on Friday, 2 days later, anybody that we follow up with and close on Wednesday and Thursday will do their launch calls. So we want to get them started right as well.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you bring loads of people in tomorrow on Wednesday's launch calls, and we need to put another 4 or 5 slots for launch calls in on Thursday, on top of the 6 that we may already have. If we need to do 12 or 15 launch calls Thursday, we will. I don't want anybody thinking that, oh, we've got these 6 launch calls, I didn't get a slot, but I've got 4 people. No. This week, I don't care if I don't sleep. You know, we're doing stuff for the Aussies and the New Zealand guys at like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 5 in the morning. We're doing stuff for the States and Canada, midnight, 1, 2, 3. We are just all out, 24/7, whatever's needed. You need us to wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock and do a call for someone in Australia, it's done.
Absolutely. You know, and just going back to kind of like the tech splits as well, you know, we're also on this. You know, this is a huge you know, enrollment time for absolutely everybody. So, you know, I'll be held accountable as well. I've got my numbers crunched between social media platforms, between people that you've got in your inbox, email addresses that you've got, you know, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We can find 750 people between all of our friends, and it's just about inviting people the right way. And then also and I'm aware of time, and I know Jason's got to jump on another call, but with regards to pitching these launch calls and these private launch calls that you're inviting people to, something else as well that's working well for a lot of people is explaining that you've got 6 founders positions within your business. And some scripting that I like to use on that is, you know, before I go public with this, I'm reaching out to you because I'm looking for leadership qualities XYZ. You kind of checked all the boxes, and I'm reaching out to these before I go public with this. So people want to get involved in a business when it's in its infancy, obviously something that's established, but that it's in its infancy. So that to know that these are your 6 founders positions, you know, and letting people know that you have these 6 founders positions, and they're going to benefit from everybody else that's going to be coming into the business. They're going to be benefiting when all your customers come in, when the blood glucose monitoring is released, and it's, you know, they're really, if you can use your posture to really make these 6 founders positions the be all end all, you know, you're going to get people fighting and wanting to be in those founders positions.
Yeah, and it really is creating that scarcity, and they are special. You're talking to them because you see in them somebody you want to work with, and that's exactly what I've done with you guys. The other thing I do want to highlight is now is not the time for creating new strategies, for learning the Halo.life platform, for learning this company inside out. Now is not the time to do that. Now is the time to know where the ucan2.global/2 minute, that's the line, ucan2.global/7 minute, and your own personal Zoom link will be what's sent. Okay, that's what you need to know. You also need to know, do your fingers work, do you have a phone or a laptop or an iPad or whatever it is you use, and that's what you are tied to for the next 7 days. That's it.
Absolutely.
Do not need to know anything else. You need to know
High fives coming at you.
details. That's it. Now is not the time for utilising pages and adverts. Yes, I've got them all running in the background. I'm doing all of that. Okay, I'm testing. I'm doing the split testing, what converts. But that's not what my focus is this week either. I've set it to run, end of. It's about how many numbers and people you have in your phone and your network. Get your list written out. Okay, don't take any longer than an hour. The people that come to the forefront of your mind are the people you should contact.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Write your list, message them, 2 minutes, 7 minutes, get them on a launch strategy call. You can be saying, I have a launch, or I have a private invite link for Wednesday. You don't need to give them the time. Are you interested? That's all you need to just get them out there. Get them out there.
Mags, on that note, my darling, I really am going to have to run.
Speak to you soon,
Hey guys, give us some time for Wednesday.
Mag the Magnificent's Dynamic Diamonds.
Love it.
Looking forward to
Let's
hearing
do
the
that,
first
guys.
thing
I
of
am
it
so
tonight.
excited.
Okay, I've already started, guys. I already started sending stuff last night, so
Let's get these 6
okay.
I'll beat you to it. Let's go.
Take care.